From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Early Riser Update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, believe it or not, temperatures were actually a little bit cooler out there yesterday than we saw over the weekend, but it's kind of hard to believe because we only shaved off a degree or two from what we did see over the weekend. Now, temperatures actually are going to be a little bit warmer today before we do start to see a gradual drop in our temperatures for the end of the week. Now, it's also going to be looking at the chance for some thunderstorms by tomorrow, really, especially in Siskiyou and Modoc counties. I think elsewhere, for the most part, should remain fairly dry. So let's take a look at that heat advisory still in effect through Wednesday for Siskiyou and Modoc County. It should expire at 11 p.m. on Wednesday. We'll keep an eye on that if anything should change. We take a look at our planner here for today, and you can see, of course, for the coast, low to mid 60s. I do expect more clouds for Humboldt County. Probably a few more clouds out in Crescent City, but probably a lot like it was yesterday. And then Hoopa still looking at hot temperatures over 100 degrees. Now for the valley, as I mentioned, temperatures may be just a tad warmer than they were yesterday, really pretty much the same. And then we look at the mountains forecast. Yeah, Weaverville, Wairika, about 100 degrees, 97 for Mount Shasta City. There's the East Mountains with temperatures in the low 90s for places like Susanville, Bernie, and Paradise High of about 95 degrees. So the heat that's been over us over the weekend is shifting southward. And the reason being is this right here. This is what we call a trough of low pressure. It's fairly weak, but it does have slightly cooler weather associated with it. I'm going to call it warm, okay? So that warmer air is going to start to move over us, and it's going to be kind of that buffer between the cooler air to our north and the heat that was over us now back down over Texas. We're kind of in that area where it's warm, but cooler than it has been. So I think that by the end of the weekend into this weekend, we're looking at temperatures dropping, right? But then that cooler air moves out and the heat will begin to expand back into our direction, and we'll probably see another increase in our temperatures going into the beginning of next week. So we look out over the next 8 to 14 days, we're within that above to right around normal for this time of the year. So yes, it is going to warm up, but we don't expect any major heat waves to head our way anytime soon. Now let's take a look at futurecasts, and I want to focus more on the coast right now because there's not a whole lot going on for your Tuesday when we talk about the mountains. But here you can see some of the fog, especially around Humboldt County, but less fog for Del Norte County. So Crescent City, I think we'll see another day with mostly sunny skies, but probably more clouds for Eureka. But we're also seeing some cumulus clouds developing in the mountains. Could we see a stray shower, maybe even a stray thunderstorm? It's certainly not out of the question, but the chances are going to be slimmer than what we're going to see here as we go into your Wednesday. So let's take a look at Wednesday morning to start off, and we're starting to see some of that fog trying to make its way up towards Crescent City, but still pretty foggy for Eureka. That fog will then start to hug the coast later in the day on Wednesday, but check this out. As we go into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, all seeing a chance for some thunderstorms in there, especially for Siskiyou County, and maybe, just maybe, the north end of Lassen County. Otherwise, I think to the south of that, Susanville, Chester, Quincy, you'll probably be looking at dry conditions for your Wednesday. All right, so here's what we can expect for us today. Temperatures, as I mentioned, about the same as yesterday, maybe a little warmer in some spots with 107 for Reading, 104 for Chico, 100 in Weaverville, 96 for Etna, and 90 in Alturas, and of course along the coast in the low to mid 60s. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast, well, there you have it. It is getting warm, and we've got those thunderstorms coming in on Wednesday. Now, don't forget those thunderstorms are mainly going to be in Siskiyou County and Modoc County, and I've included just a slight chance for Susanville, but quite honestly, I wouldn't count on it. I think most of it will be to the north of Susanville. Now let's take you out into the valley where those temperatures are going to be, of course, over 100 degrees, right? 107 for Reading, 101 by Wednesday, though. Temperatures do drop slightly. We're in the mid-90s. Could drop below normal by the time we get into Saturday before temperatures do start to go up. Weaverville, still about 100 degrees for today, but for your Wednesday, temperatures start to drop. We're down to 90 by Saturday. And of course, for Eureka, you've got the mainly cloudy skies, especially by Wednesday, with temperatures upper 50s to low 60s. Well, of course, as you know, today is the 4th of July. And from all of us here at Weather NorCal, we want to wish you a happy 4th of July.